Hey everybody, Johan Magnusson here, Big Swede Barbecue, and today we're making an Italian rabbit stew on the Infinity 66 from WPPO. The first thing that we want to do is get the pizza oven fired up. We're going to open up the valve on the propane tank, then we want to turn the knob to pilot and press the igniter button. Then we're going to set the temperature to high and heat up the pizza oven for about 30 minutes. When the pizza oven is hot, we want to add a wood chunk to the wood chunk holder and place in the pizza oven as well. Now while we're waiting for the pizza oven to heat up, it's time to section and season the rabbits. We want to section the rabbits into pieces, and the first thing that we want to do is cut off the front legs. Next we want to separate and remove the hind legs. There's also a couple of flappy skin pieces on each side of the rabbit, and we want to cut these off and remove. Then we want to remove the rib cage, and we can use this for stock. We also want to remove the lower end of the rabbit, the pelvis, and we can use that for stock as well. Then we want to separate the loin into 4 different pieces, and then we want to do the same thing with the second rabbit. Now we're going to mix half a cup of flour with half a cup of our Big Swede Barbecue Badass Texas Boost. Then we want to lightly dust all the pieces of rabbit with this mix. The rabbits are now ready, so it's time to start putting together the stew. We want to put a saute pan in the pizza oven, and we want to heat it up for 5 minutes. It's also important to lower the temperature in the pizza oven to medium. Then we want to add some Sicilian lemon-infused olive oil from Olivelli to the pan. Now we want to saute the rabbit pieces all over in the frying pan. When the pieces are golden brown, you can remove the rabbit pieces from the pan temporarily. Then we want to add some more of the olive oil, and we're going to add 1 bulb of garlic that we cut in half. We're also going to add 2 shallots that we finely diced. And then we're going to add a teaspoon or 2 of red chili flakes. Now we want to cook this for a few minutes until the shallots are golden. Then we want to deglaze with some white wine. We're using Pinot Grigio from Italy. Then we want to put the pieces of the rabbits back in the pan again. After about 5 minutes, we want to add a can of petite peeled date tomatoes from San Marzano. And we also want to add 2 cups of chicken stock. We can also add a squirt of concentrated chicken stock to infuse it with a little bit more flavor. Now we want to leave this to cook for about 20 minutes. During this time, we're going to roughly chop a bunch of parsley, and we're also going to roughly chop a bunch of basil. Then we're going to add the herbs to the stew and continue to cook until you obtain a thick sauce. This will take probably another 30 minutes or so. When we have a thick sauce, it's time to remove the stew from the pizza oven. We want to garnish with a couple of basil leaves and some sprigs of rosemary, and then this beautiful Italian rabbit stew is ready to serve. And that is how I make my Italian rabbit stew on the Infinity 66 from WPPO. And I think the only thing left to do is to try this. And I've cut myself a little piece of the rabbit here. Let's dip that in the stew. It smells so good. Oh. Rabbit is almost falling apart, cooked to perfection, and the sauce has a great flavor. I really hope you try this at home. Happy grilling. Oh, so good.